Talk Fights. I'm Curtis Biggs. I'm joined today by my brother, Adam Biggs. And we're going to talk about the upcoming UFC fight card on October 30th. It is UFC 267. It includes 2 title fights and should be another great card. The main event is Blachowicz versus Glover Teixeira for the light heavyweight title.
Yep.
And then we have Petr and Corey Sandhagen for the title as well. Should be fantastic.
Yeah.
Both interim title, that's right.
Yeah.
But both those fights should be excellent.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, there's a bunch of other good fights on the undercard. Dan Hooker stepped up. Volkov is fighting Marcin Tybura. Yeah, there's lots of good fights on that card. But the 2 big main events are huge, right?
Absolutely.
Everybody's been waiting to see Petr Yan come back since that whole Aljamain Sterling debacle.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not debating the legality of the knee. We all know it was an illegal knee. My big problem is Aljamain Sterling's Oscar performance, rolling around on the mat for 15 minutes and throwing the belt and acting like he didn't want it, and then 2 seconds later when he's off camera, he's got it over his shoulder and he's bouncing around and he's all happy. And I thought he was losing that fight too.
Oh, absolutely.
So, I mean, it is what it is, but yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Petr Yan come back.
Definitely. Again, for the interim title against Corey Sandhagen. Not an easy opponent by any means. Corey Sandhagen is very tough. He's very skilled. Should be an interesting fight. Both these guys are switch hitters. They switch back and forth from orthodox to southpaw. Petr Yan is a very skilled boxer, and you do see him switch to southpaw often, and then back to orthodox. He has a very interesting way of doing it, where he'll set up his punches, he'll say through a jab, and then step right through with his right hand, so he's now in southpaw. And then step through with his left hand, being back in orthodox, throwing big power punches from both sides. Corey Sandhagen, as I said, switches as well, but he's quite more fluid in his motions. He just kind of dances around, going from left to right, orthodox to southpaw as he's moving. Very dynamic. We've seen those flying knees from Corey Sandhagen, just fantastic, when he knocked out Frankie Edgar.
Yeah, I thought he killed Frankie Edgar. That was a brutal
bad knockout. He threw the flying knee against his last fight against, what was his name that he just fought?
He just lost.
Dillashaw. TJ Dillashaw was his last fight. He threw the flying knee against him. Didn't land it quite like he did against Edgar. He ended up coming up short in that fight, but it was a good match.
Yeah.
And now he's got the shot at the interim title against Petr Yan. It should be very good. Is he going to be able to do what he did to go Frank Edgar to Petr Yan? I don't think so.
No, I wouldn't think so either.
Is he going to be able to beat him, get the best of him, whether over 5 rounds or stop him or submit him? I don't think so either.
Well, they got similar records. I think Yan's 15-2 and Sandhagen's 14-3 or something like that.
Yep.
So I mean, they both got around the same amount of fights. So it's going to be interesting for sure.
It should be interesting. Petr Yan, I think, has fought the higher caliber of fighters and beaten them all except for 2. He lost to, he had that bad loss to Aljamain Sterling in his last fight. And then he had a loss earlier in his career, and I can't remember who it was against. But
yeah, I can't think of it.
But unimportant. Yeah. He's got 2 losses on his record, and Sandhagen has 3. But I think that he definitely has fought the higher caliber competition. And in title fights, in high pressure, championship matches for the last several. Yeah,
no, I would agree with that. I definitely think he's fought the higher caliber, and I think he's performed better. I mean, Sandhagen's had his moments, don't get me wrong. Like I said, that knee of Edgar was pretty good, but I mean, I think Petr Yan is regularly, putting on those high caliber fights. So.
That's right, and no mercy. I mean, that's his nickname. He's on his opponents constantly hitting them, constantly pressuring them. There's no slow moments in a fight with Petr Yan.
No.
What's going to happen? I think Petr Yan is going to be able to take the win. He's going to want this interim title. That's his step back towards getting his title back from Sterling. I don't think he's going to be able to stop Corey Sandhagen. Corey Sandhagen is very tough. I think it's going to go decision, and we're going to see a unanimous decision win for Petr Yan.
Okay. I don't think it's going to go the way I do think he's going to stop Sandhagen. I think probably about 3rd round. Yeah. I think, like you said, Petr Yan's, he's raring and ready to go for this, right?
Absolutely.
He wants this title back, and he's going to come out and put the pressure on. And I think he's going to get about a 3rd round TKO.
Yep. Should be interesting. Should be a great fight. I'm looking forward to it. Our main event is Jan Blachowicz versus Glover Teixeira. Another great fight for the title. Glover Teixeira is very tough. He's a talented boxer, but he's got the full package, really. He's got good jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
We saw that not long ago. He got a submission, I think, in his last fight. He's got excellent striking. I mean, he beat up Rampage years back. He's a tough dude, and he can hit very hard, and he's got a decent ground game. He really does have the full package.
Tons of power. Yeah, absolutely. He's black belt in jiu-jitsu, well-rounded. My thing for Teixeira is like he's good at everything, but I don't think he's great at anything.
Agreed.
He does have the power. He does have big power, but as you and I talked about before, he's a little bit slower, right?
Yes.
So it's not like he has super crisp boxing. He has good boxing, but he doesn't have super crisp, high-level boxing. It's mostly the power. Is his thing, right? So like I say, he's good at just about everything, but he's not great at anything.
We have Jan Blachowicz, who is an excellent Thai fighter. We've seen it several times. He really knocked down Luke Rockhold not too long ago. He was able to take it to Israel Adesanya when Adesanya stepped up to take a shot at that light heavyweight title. Dominic Reyes. Jan Blachowicz is very tough, and he's going to. I think he's going to make it a hard night for Glover Teixeira.
Yeah, I agree. Blachowicz is one of my favorite fighters. He's another one of those guys like Charles Oliveira, where he was there for a long time, and a lot of people didn't take a lot of notice of him. You know, had some wins and some losses up and down, but he's been through everybody in the division, right? And he gutted it out, and he worked his way into being the champion.
Absolutely, and now he is the champion. It's hard not to take notice of a guy like that now.
Yeah,
he's at the
absolutely.
Top. He wants to keep that spot, and I don't think Glover Teixeira is the guy that's going to take it away from him.
No, I wouldn't think so either. I think Blachowicz is 28-8 or something like that, and Teixeira is 32-7. So I think again they similar amount of fights, right? So they got a lot of experience. But no, I don't think Teixeira has what it's going to take for Blachowicz. I think they're going to go in. They're both going to start banging. I think Blachowicz is going to catch him, and we're going to get a second round knockout here. And it's going to be fireworks right from the start, and yeah, it's going to go quick.
I think it is going to be a good bout. This is Teixeira's another big shot at the title. If he can do it, he's the man, right? But Blachowicz wants to keep that title.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to take it to Glover Teixeira. I think it's going to be a beatdown, but I don't think he's going to stop. I think it's going to go 5 rounds. We're going to see a unanimous decision for Jan Blachowicz.
Cool.
Yeah, it should be good, though.
I'm looking forward to it, right? Regardless of whether both of them, even if they both go 5 rounds, I think they're going to be fireworks the whole time, right? So
should be great.
Really looking forward to it.
Absolutely. It's October 30th, UFC 267, and it should be great. See you at the fights. All right. My secret power is sadness. You knew it. Oh, throwing gloves.